Modern cinema has a trend of taking boring side characters and turning them into strong female leads. However, in this instance, they took a once badass female character and reduced her to a crying lesbian who's always sidelined.
What is it you're chasing?
Yes, you heard that right. Lara Croft is now a lesbian. Once a tech genius and loyal friend to Lara, Zip is now gay. Wow, so stunning and so brave, right? The new Lara Croft series just dropped, and you won't believe how bad it is. Not because of the change in portrayal of characters, but everything from dialogue to animation. So Lara is on a quest to stop mercenary Charles from getting his hands on two powerful artifacts. When combined, these artifacts promise him unbelievable and destructive power. In this new Netflix series, Lara seems to have swapped her iconic toughness for a habit of crying at every turn. She should be called Larry Croft, not Lara Croft. Seriously, this Lara cries way too much. Every 5 minutes, she's remembering something from her past and shedding tears. The old Lara would have never flinched at the sight of blood. Instead, we get a version who whines in a corner, looking more confused than a fierce adventurer. And then there's the animation. It's very mediocre. When you think of Tomb Raider, you expect stunning visuals and vibrant settings, but here it feels like they just threw some AI-generated images together and called it a day. If I wanted mediocre animation, I could just watch something else. The dialogues in this series are very cringe-worthy. It's disappointing to see such a rich franchise reduced to dull one-liners. It's as if the writers were trying to hit all the modern cliches without any real substance. As for Charles, he is your typical mercenary villain. Predictable and generic, he doesn't bring anything fresh to the table. You can almost guess his next move, and that's a big letdown for a series that once thrived on surprise and excitement. As for the character of Zip, he has undergone a significant transformation in this adaptation. Once a tech genius and loyal friend to Lara, Zip is now portrayed in a way that feels overly stereotypical and cringe-inducing. He has been turned into a gay character who paints his nails and speaks in a sassy manner. Modern cinema loves to slap a rainbow on everything, but there's a fine line between representation and caricature. Zip's new personality makes him more of a sideshow than a credible ally to Lara. And let's not forget Lara's new portrayal as a lesbian. Many fans are left scratching their heads as to why such a drastic change was made. This adaptation seems to prioritize checking boxes for modern standards over maintaining the essence of who Lara Croft has always been. The creators took a strong female character and turned her into someone who constantly cries in a corner. It's like they took everything that made her a badass and stripped it away. Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft is a major disappointment. It feels like a half-baked attempt to modernize a beloved character while completely missing the mark. From the mediocre animation and cringe-worthy dialogue to a Lara Croft who spends more time crying than kicking butt, this series does a disservice to its legacy. Instead of breathing new life into a classic, it manages to butcher it in a way that leaves fans scratching their heads. If you're looking for the adventure and thrill that Tomb Raider once promised, you might want to skip this one. It's a shame to see a franchise with so much potential fall flat, but here we are. In the end, all we can do is hope that one day, someone will do justice to Lara Croft and bring her back to her roots.